for the ground. I'm a 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged off. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. World inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundry mat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, ooh, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. How are we doing, YouTube chat? How are we doing, Zoom guys? Hope we're all well. Hope everyone is all good. Let me see how all systems go. You know the drill. Let's have a look. Yeah, we look good. We look good. All systems do look good. And yeah, let's get into it. Finally, we do have some good news. And the good news is GJ broke out the range. Did it break out, into a cleaner range? Not really, but we know we do have a 4-hour range to fill here. But we did break out of that crappy, messy range. So that is definitely something good. No news today, if I remember correctly. Today's going to be Wednesday. Yeah, pretty clean. New York even clean. Very small folder here. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, clean day today. And yeah, let's go into let's go ahead and do the analysis here and see what we got going on the charts, right? So start off on the daily time frame. It is still a tough spot. But we make do. This range I'm sure has messed up a lot of people here. It's tough to trade this range. A lot of people will take unnecessary losses, trying to sell down into these lows areas here, buying from here, not considering the 4-hour support. Then they try buy above this candle, get faked out. People try to buy this candle, get faked out. People try to sell here, stop loss above the high, get stopped out. So typical range, and how people get messed up in this market is by trading something that's not really tradable, right? So that is why you have to pick your trades carefully, and at the end of the week you'll realize, damn, I was better off just not taking any positions rather than taking positions. Remember, it's the end of the month. You want to be paid at the end of the month. If not, you want to at least preserve your capital at the end of the month. Very important. And not only is it the end of the month, it's the end of the quarter. We're moving into quarter 4, and yeah, a lot of rebalancing of portfolios we are seeing being done, right? And this is why we see this kind of no one's really adding positions. Mostly quarter 4 payouts are being done, and we're seeing rebalancing of portfolios going into the last quarter, which will set up into the major rebalancing of the new financial year, which will come after January, of course. So well, into January. So by January, Q1, so yeah, let's go ahead and do the analysis. Daily is closing bearish here. We do potentially have this wick to fill. The maximum target for today, based on what we have, is to the daily support. That's where I would look to secure. Whether we break it or not, that is not in the question at the moment. Based on a daily, we have to see what happens when we get there, but that's our daily target. Same thing goes for the 4-hour. We do have a 4-hour target down here at 180.652. For now, 4-hour time frame has ended up closing bullish, creating a support, so that leads us into a mixed session bias here. Doesn't mean we can't take sells. It's a very weak bullish candle here after finally breaking out the range. We might need to see a retest back to the range, and we might be able to take buys during London, and then New York reverses back down, kind of similar to what we saw yesterday. But we'll see exactly what ends up happening here and keep our options open. So if we bring back drawings, this support will be marked here. We have the news wick low that I've marked. This wick now becomes a target because it's the last place we saw price reject. Now, the only problem with this whole zone is if we scroll back and look at this whole zone here, it's not a clean zone, right? We don't have a nice range pushing down, but it is clean on the 4-hour. So if we look at the 30-minute here, as you can see, let me zoom in for you guys to see clearly. We have only clean candles down to around our news wick low, and then below there it gets very messy. So that's why the news wick low is sort of the target here, and it's the last sign of rejection. Otherwise it's very messy here, especially when you get below here. But we could measure this from here to here. It's 9 pips, and with volume you can expect to push through these ranges here, especially with 30-minute closes. Can expect to push through these ranges, and we can trade range to range. Of course, the main target for today is going to be that daily / 4-hour support. That is the main target. This 15-minute is from back here. Below this 15-minute, yeah, it's a bloody clean shot here, right? Look at that. Doesn't get cleaner. Below here, it's a free fall, especially if we start trading below there. So we're not too far to get to that zone 50 pips total before GJ might go into a free fall, remaining down below here. So if we're going to look to take trades today, we kind of need to let price populate a little bit more. Sells below these lows make sense to get down to this wick low and continue I don't see any reason as to why without volume we cannot continue down to this wick and continue to the 4-hour support, which is our target, right? We know we have a 30-minute zone around here, but if price is pulling back and we start breaking the previous 4-hour low, we basically have setup number 3 on the on basically the 4-hour time frame, which will be done with a 15-minute closing below the range, and we can target the wick here, right? But if price is going to respect the bottom of the range here and we're going to start to head up, potentially buys above this high here, they're early option to take buys. The only time I'd rip buys here is if I see price get above and I see some sort of 5-minute structure to allow me to fill this whole range, because again, it's not the cleanest here. This is choppy price action here, and I need to make sure that volume will be able to push me through the zone and continue up bullish. Yesterday was the same type of thing. We had choppy price action. I took buys, and when I took buys to get up to the zone, it reached my target. Once it reached my target, we ended up rejecting, right? I was happy to give the trade a bit of breathing room, but it wanted to end up rejecting there. So at the end of the day, you know, probably I'll be more aggressive with stop loss, with break evens now, because we're not seeing price push through as much as possible. But as long as it gets me up into a profitable position, should be okay, right? So at the end of the day, you know, 1 hour would be closing back inside the range here, and we'd look for that range to be filled. But again, I need to see support formed above here. As long as we're respecting this type of zone, I have no interest as in to take buys, right? Especially from the lows of the range here. As long as we're respecting this zone, if Tradingview will allow me to draw. So as long as we're respecting here, I have no interest to take buys. I want to get above, and that's why I need that structure to trade up to here and trade up to here and fill this range with volume, right? Because that's the only type of option we have, and we'd have to rely on volume. Yes, it reduces probabilities, but at the end of the day, it's what the options we have. Personally, I prefer the sells below the lows. I think that will be a cleaner move, continuing this momentum, and hopefully with volume we can actually have a proper breakout here and a little bit of a melt. This 30-minute, you know, this would be nice as a setup number 4 to take towards the downside here, but at the end of the day, I don't really want to trade inside this range because of the 15-minute structure form. But if we do see some sort of fake outs from this type of zone here where everyone is going to try to rip buys, if we see that start faking out, come on, Tradingview. Oh, great. Now I've crashed the whole thing. Alright, anyways, if we see some sort of fake outs from this zone here, then maybe I could potentially look to continue that down, right? So yeah, we'll see exactly what happens and we'll take it from there. But that's the analysis. So, you know, pretty interesting spot on the chart here. We'll have to take it and see what opportunities we get. You know, volume has been coming a little bit later, so we'll see if that continues today or not, or if we're going to get below our range here. So we can mark up this 15-minute support, closing below there. That could be the option there, right? For buys, is a 1 hour level of no worries about it. I'm afraid of buys. Yes, I don't really like the buys as well, but we'll have to see more price action before worrying about anything. There's nothing telling us to buy at the moment, so we don't have to worry about it. As for gold, had a nice sell-off yesterday. Gold actually continuing from London. Yeah, beautiful sell-off down into our daily range now. Looking like it still wants to continue down to probably the daily support here. So yeah, probably gold see some more downside today, you know, down to the daily support. I don't see why that doesn't get tapped. If there's 4 hour levels between, we're going to mark it here, so we can have a look here. Mark this as the daily support here. So that's target on the daily for gold. Looking on the 4 hour time frame, yeah, it's roughly around the same. We do have a bit of levels we have to worry. Right now we're sitting at a current level, which is going to be right here. Right, that's where we're sitting at. And then we do have another, these I can delete, this I can delete, that I can bring down to here, right? So that's another level for our support right here. So these are our ranges for now. Not the cleanest range as yesterday's range on gold. Sitting above this 4 hour support is definitely risky. You can see some big rejection from this 4 hour support. Yeah, it's already faking out, tricking a lot of people. I would prefer to see gold pull back up to around 1902, retest 1900 to 1902, and then look for sells. I wouldn't want to sell the lows. I'd want to sell when it creates resistance. Basically, setup number 2 should be easy in a trending move. Might consider that in London, and we'll see how that populates. But sitting at 4 hours support, not the best, but pullbacks to continue down can definitely make sense here, based on how we're closing here. But I just wish this 4-hour close below would be a lot simpler. But we have broken the low. We're still respecting the high, so we could continue down. The range, I don't think it's that big of a range. Yeah, 30 pips is not the worst. But yeah, if this could pull back a little bit deeper, would be ideal. And yeah, we'll see how this ends up populating here. We'll see if GJ can break down below the ranges, and then we'll take it from there, right? And yeah, that's basically the analysis. Nice and clean here. You know what the next part is, guys? If you guys haven't done that already, can we please do the YouTube business if you did enjoy the analysis here? And yeah, how much? 472 of us, nice and early in the morning. Appreciate everyone showing up. Let's get it, guys. Let's see hype in chat. Come on, guys. Time to get to work. End of the month. We need to get some positions here, lock in our month, and then we can move on. So yeah, looking forward. Make sure to hit the like. If we can get up to at least 250 likes, then I really would appreciate it. So, you know, guys, it's the YouTube business. Hate to say it, but part of the game. Anthony is in a bad mood, so poor guy Anthony. Yes, bring out the lobster. You know what I'm saying. You know what we're saying. I took a loss yesterday with your GJ trade. Well, I didn't take a loss, so obviously you're not doing something correct, right? I took a 4 pip managed trade. Not really a loss in my books. Maybe you shouldn't copy. Because you can see all the trades here. There's nothing to hide, brother. There's nothing to hide. These are all the trades. Minus 4 pips. But before the minus 4 pips, plus 12, plus 5, plus 17, plus 18, plus 12, plus 16, plus 16. So always focus on the negative. And I always notice that, right? Minus 4 pips, someone's complaining. People run 60 pip stop losses. No one complains. Hey, can you please tell me the probability of movement of Euro USD? The same, man. The same. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. I mean, it just surprises me anyways that people can't even handle a 4 pip loss. That's scary. That's very, very scary. Oh, he didn't close any. Yeah, of course. If you didn't close any, you do it. I even called break. You guys can go. Yeah, his name is Hello Teacher FX, but he doesn't know how to trade. Yeah, it's a little bit scary. And also the second scary part is that the trade went directly in profits. You guys were up 8 pips. And I said, if you don't want to lose the trade, go break even. Right? But everyone, you know, you guys can't, you know, you need to be handheld. Right? You need to be handheld, and that's how it is. At the end of the day, guys, you can't have your hand held through everything. You were up, the trade had no drawdown. I spoke to my friend yesterday in person. He's like, oh yeah, I closed that trade break even. Right there, and even in chat now, look, you called break even while GJ was in profit. Exactly. If you wanted to go break even, you could have. He was full margin. Yeah, probably his last amount of money. Thought he could find an easy way out, but that's how it is. There's even someone in chat who got wins, so. Today, lobster? Yes, sir. I don't copy anyone because I don't trust people. I trust myself. That is true. IBE, but slippage happened and lost 1 pip. Yeah, that's better than losing more than that. You know, that's outside of your control, but well managed, well managed. Yeah, exactly, TG. The people who know, they know. But anyways, these are useless people who will not. You can't justify to them, right? We try our best to explain to them, but they're not willing to learn, right? So if people are not willing to learn, then that's that. You know, let's move on. We don't need to even make this. It's a waste of time. "75 wins, crickets, 1 loss of 4 pips, tears flooding his house." Facts. That's why glad to trade different pair. You use it implied. Exactly. That's how it is. You use trailing stops, so you took some profits. Nice. Can I have a free trial to the exclusive group? I don't offer free trials because it's a very serious place that I want people in there to maximize fully for it. It's not some free trial. You can try win a giveaway if you get lucky. Sam, that's a really bad idea. That's stupid. What do I think of Euro USD? Analysis or it as a pair? A lot of people in my Telegram contacting me to manage my account. Is that legit? What do you think? Do you think that is legit? Of course it's not legit. Do you really think that people would have to contact you to ask to manage your account? Like, that would be a huge service. You would have to be on a wait list to get that service. So don't be stupid about that. Anyone messaging you, promising you some dreams and hopes is all stupid. They're all scammers. They don't know what they're doing. And yeah. You'd like to be my neighbor. Well, then you'd have to wait to get the house next to me, right? Harry, can we get a position and please not argue? I don't know if we're arguing. Don't know where you get the arguing from. What's target for sells? First 814, and then once we get below, which I expect price to push below 814, max target 650 is where I'd expect it to go. What's gold doing? Breaking down. Pretty clean zone here. Imagine thinking that anyone will manage your account and share profits with you for doing nothing. Yeah, you'd have to have, even imagine if you do a 60-40 split, you know, look how much you would have to make on that account. You need a big account, you know. Someone has 10k account and you do a 60-40 and you make a 1,000, you only get paid 400 for, you know, making 10% of the account. 400 for all of that. See what happens below this support here. It's a very clean zone down to the bottom of the range. Set an alert and we'll see. Yeah, exactly, man. Love the way you answer these unserious questions. What would your stop loss be? I can't say my stop loss unless I know my position, right? So we have to see the position first. Do you have any book recommendations? Eventually some additional sources like Gbpjpy broaden the knowledge of trading. Focus on learning the skill. Books is not going to make you money. Books is just going to widen your knowledge, but that's not going to be very useful unless you can make money. That's your primary goal, is to be profitable and consistent in the market. So I'd recommend, once you learn the skill, if you want to additionally have something, I think a very popular book that many people read is called Trading in the Zone. I've personally not read it, but I know it's very, very popular. Morning, dude. All good, man. How are you? Bro, do you think it's possible to flip a small account to a big one? Not get a quick scam thinker? Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Is it a good idea? Probably not, because you're probably going to blow it. The chances of you blowing your account is way higher than you flipping it. So you're better off steadily trying to grow your account and with time increasing risk once you see your skill improve. Because flipping account is either done by luck or done by skill. But skill doesn't come quickly. Skill comes with time. So unless you have the skill, you're not going to flip your account. So it's only going to be flipped by luck. And the probabilities of your luck playing out are a lot less than if you were to have a skill-based approach. So stop wasting time trying to dream and, you know, oh, gold's already crossing, and to, you know, flip an account and focus on trying to grow that steadily. Let's have a look what Goldinium did yesterday. Nice, clean. Yeah, that's a clean closure below, man. Very clean. You didn't take a break of the low. Why did you decide to take it at the line? Oh, you didn't take it. I went GJ instead. See, the only time you leave gold, it plays out. What's our stop loss here if we were to run this trade here? 26 pips? No, thank you. This is on gold euro. What are you sending me, man? I don't feel comfortable without this 5-minute closing below this support here. I would want to see this close below the support here. 30-minute flipping. Nice 1 hour close. Oh, will it get below? Close right at support, guys. Look, close right at support. Risky trade. We probably need something at least on the 5-minute closing below this support. So we'll wait 5 minutes until something closes below here and then make a decision. Which would be nice to see a 5-minute close bullish first and then the next one close below. But I'm not selling into this support. That rejection, look at that. Dangerous. Right? So we'll wait here. GJ trying to break up into this zone. I thought you said LTA from ages ago are relevant. No, never said that. I have a long at 18.3. What should I do? Whatever's in your plan. If you don't have a plan, you shouldn't be in the long. Instead of appreciation, some people are just dumb. 539 viewers. Go press that like button. Show appreciation. Yeah, guys, you joined the stream. Can hit up the likes. Get up to 200 likes. Would appreciate it. If you want to make a small fortune, start with a large fortune. That's a good saying, man. I like that. That's true, actually. Do I have chance to close at break even? Hard to say. For me, gold is bearish. I can't make that decision for you. If you took a trade without a plan, that's your fault, man. It's the harsh reality. So many people do this crap and it surprises me. You have to, you know, you have to focus on having a plan when you enter a trade. You know, you can't just enter a trade and now hope, because now you're trading based off hope, taking a buy from 1903. You know, you should have had a stop loss, and if it hits stop loss, you're out. Nothing to worry about. Move on to the next trade. Focus on what's inside your control. Now you have something outside your control because you didn't plan it, you know, so you have to take this as a lesson, you know. How do you decide gold is bearish? Based off of session bias. My account started slowly growing. Should I keep growing it, or should I try to put money so you can open a bigger lot? That's up to you. Depends on your financial position. You can slowly keep adding money while it grows at the same time. It's completely up to you, you know. That's anything you feel comfortable with, you can follow on, right? What is session bias? This is a technique that I use to find out what direction makes most sense trading a session, right? Because that's what we do. Do you use any level 2 data? No. You're in a buy on gold from 1910. Yeah, people get clapped end of the month. Give back all your money at the end of the month, you know. I add every month. I'm profitable for 4 months in a row. Amazing work, man. That's exactly what you want to do, right? Once you see consistency month to month, you you can add money to increase your capital size. That's exactly the best way. And you take that slowly. You do that after over 1 to 2 years, 3 years, even 4 years. You're going to build a very nice account and have a nice dividend coming from that skill, right? How do you arrive at session bias? I have whole videos explaining that. So definitely check out that video, right? Session bias video. This is the mixed session bias. And then we have the normal session bias, which should be this one right here. Right? Stop getting direction wrong in Forex. I make all the contents there for you guys. Just need to watch it. What's your plan on GJ? I was looking to see if we could get a fake out from here. If we hold support above this zone, there's potential buys, but I think best sells on GJ are going to come below 189.06 is what I'm kind of interested in. Yeah, below the 1 hour support. Yeah. Some traders use 60 pip stop loss for a 5 pip TP. Damn. I'm new to Forex. Where's the best place to start? Best place to start is my free Forex course. It costs you nothing. All you have to do is go and enjoy the video, right? Free Forex course full. Right? Go ahead and watch it. And yeah, enjoy. Best part of the video, it includes an indicator. Yeah, I forgot to mention, I made an indicator for you guys to use, so that helps you. Not looking for an answer, just a direction. I want to add trading consolidate. What's this? Yeah, consolidation conditions. Do you have advice how to formulate this? I feel like the rules are harder to make than a breakout. Yes, there is consolidation conditions, and it needs a whole explanation for that, you know. But luckily, the markets don't always consolidate. If we do get stuck in consolidation, I'll start to show you guys how I trade in consolidations. It's very much the same. It's exactly the same as what we do, but we don't rely too heavily on LTAs. We just rely on volume time, and we rely on structure being formed and understanding and respecting the range, essentially, right? So we're just buying the bottom of the range, selling the top of the range, understanding structural positions relative to time, relative to zones, and taking trades based off that, right? Thoughts on gold at the moment? I'm waiting for it to get below a certain zone here. It's rejected, closed at support. If gold was to close back below this support, then only am I potentially interested here. But this is exactly why I told you you need to be careful with this support here. So I'll put an alert just in case that triggers. You know, but it's at support. Nothing much you can do. Sells do make sense, but needs to get below support. GJ slowly making its way up here. This is the zone where you expect rejection, right, to happen. That's why I want to see support form. So I want to see this 5 close above, next one close bearish, and then we probably try to go. I'll wait for your barcode video then. Thanks for that. I just get so scared trading into such structure. Yes. Definitely difficult to trade in this type of conditions, for sure. A lot of people are actually losing in these type of conditions. It's been very tough. This is very tough conditions. Who did you learn from / who was your mentor? Multiple people. Didn't only learn from one person. I give yeah, respect to everyone, you know. There's multiple people who helped. Oof. Push through this. Interesting, interesting. How does one set an alert on trades? Right click, set alert. You use the same lots each trade? No, I have like a bunch of lots that I use. Based on what my trade is. What would you do if you had to start trading Forex from zero? If I had to start trading Forex from zero, I'd stick to price action trading. I'd focus on learning from someone who shares experiences, not opinions. That's the number one. And that also answers Ben's question, which is best way going about finding a mentor, right? So best way going out finding a mentor is finding someone who you understand, someone who you agree with, and someone who you feel is not trying to sell you on a strategy. They're just sharing their experience. Whether you agree with them or not, that's the decision you make, whether to go with them or not. And that's always the way I've been, because at one point I was in your guys' positions, trying to learn the skill and trying to get better. I'm still always a student of the markets. You'll always be a student of markets, student of life. And yeah, you just see who makes sense, who's sharing their experiences, and don't fall into hype, don't fall into false promises. You know, probably stick to the person who seems to be the most realistic. That's always going to be the best thing. And mainly who makes sense, right? That's basically it. And you don't have to call them a mentor. It's more who's gonna guide you, right? Who's gonna guide you. What's the percentage ratio of genuine traders on social media versus BS traders? Oh wow, that's a great question, man. That's a great question. Really, I'd probably see social media has around 10 to 15% legit traders, and the rest are all BS. How many percent do you risk on one trade? You also find with I risk 3% max, sometimes even 4 actually. I've been thinking to sign up to exclusive for a while just because I want to vibe with your psychology and methodology. You'll get a lot more than that out of it, man. You have webinars, you'll be part of the team. We have the Zooms, you'll be discussing with me on Zooms. You'll be getting feedback on your charts. It's definitely, you'll get a lot more out of that. You'll get a lot more, you know. So you don't have to only join for that, because, I mean, you get access to a full website. I mean, people charge above $500 to just get access to a website that has stuff like this on it. So definitely huge, full of value. And yeah, it opens. Spots will be opening on Friday actually, so you guys can join the webinar on Sunday. Let's refresh this. I have put a little stopwatch to let you guys know. And yeah, spots will open on Friday, so if you were planning to join, make sure to secure your spot if this was to load. And yeah, there we go. You can watch the video to see what you get, but you know, definitely very, very valuable. There we go. So 2 days, opening on Friday. You can secure a spot and join the webinar. GJ pushed up here to 1 hour resistance as well. Tapped 1 hour resistance, started rejecting. Nothing we can do at the moment. We don't have a candle close. At least now we have a 5-minute closing like this. So any structure being formed can be a potential. But it's nice to see some volume. What would be amazing to see this and the next candle potentially fake out from here. We will see. We will see what ends up populating. How to secure spots? They will just be there. Yeah, it's first come, first serve. Basically how it is, man. Do you have VIP premium signals? No, I don't believe in signals. I don't think signals. I don't want to give signals, you know. Never diddle in the middle? Yes, sir. That's it, exactly. Bro, what's my account size? I trade a mid 5-figure account size, so that, but I risk 3%, so it's equivalent of a 6-figure account. You don't need to have tons of money in a brokerage when you can comfortably trade consistently. You can risk 5% a trade, no problem. Will I already be profitable if I finished all your videos? That's up to you. I think for most, what I've noticed is they need an environment to be able to get feedback. That's exactly why I made that solution of having a community, is so you can get feedback, because you have to learn to apply the skill. Watching videos will just give you knowledge, but you need to learn how to apply it, right? And the only way you're going to learn to apply it is if you have people around you who can give you feedback and ask those questions, right? All right, very interesting movement here. It's very tough to get into this trade. Not really seeing, you know, anything clear to jump into this. It's just really moving here. Unless we get a nice pullback, we do have this range above here that I am a little bit interested. But only problem with this 6-pip range is right at 1 hour resistance here, which is not where I really want to be buying. So I'm not going to be jumping into this move without any confirmation here. It just doesn't seem logical, right? I just don't see any way I can convince myself that this makes sense. Even though breaking this high looks very juicy based on volume, I just don't see any relevance here as to something that would be profitable long term and give me the highest probability. This would more be like if I wanted to take a little bit of a volume gamble, I could go at the break of the high here, but I'm not willing to take a little bit of a volume gamble here, because, you know, we don't want to really gamble. End of month, we want to be paid. Do you talk about position trading? Because I'm a position trader. Go for the long run. What do you mean by position trading? You are clear, honest, and just straight. Appreciate you. Possible to join your mentorship even though there's not much total beginner? Yeah, that's why when you join, I have this video here, what level of trader you are. This is for complete beginners, and then this part here, fundamental videos, is all my strategy from zero, right? From just the chart markup. As long as you can understand candles, support and resistance, you'll be fine. Not even support and resistance, that will show. What broker are you using? I see. What you're already doing is a signal. What else can be more? Yeah, but this is not like signals buy now with all of this. A little bit different. So here's the break of the 5-minute high. I'm be interested to see if this plays out. Personally, a little bit of a gamble here. Just buying into this resistance is not a good idea. If we could see a pullback down to this level before London and support created, I would be super interested to see that. That would be super nice. As for gold as well, still ranging. GJ seems to have some volume here, but we'll see how this populates. Very fishy move, this. Very fishy. This could reject the top of the range and we could end up selling back down. Retest somewhere into here. It's just really hard to find a spot to buy. You know, buys really just make sense. Even then you buy into this 4-hour support. Damn. It's a really tough spot. What's your range here? 6 pips again. 4-hour support. 7 pips. At least from here to here, we can anticipate daily support to break. MT4, MT5, MT5, MT5. Long-term trading when he says positions. Yeah. Well, you can apply. I'm mainly a scalper. That's what I concentrate. But if you just change the time frame of this, it works the same. What's separate between Forex trading and gambling? Everything in life is a gamble. The difference between Forex trading is that there's probabilities and statistics that we design. So gambling would be 50-50. So if you take something that's 50-50, you're gambling. Anything 50-50 plus, it's not a gamble. It's a game of probability and statistics. But you can consider that everything in life is a gamble. You open a business, you have a chance to fail. You do anything. You make a decision, it was a gamble, right? Because your decision could be wrong. Why are you keen on buying GJ? Isn't GG very bearish? Well, I'm trading a session. I'm not trading the higher time frame. That's where you can get things wrong. Is you have to understand we're trading a session here. We're not trading higher time frame. Higher time frame, it is bearish, but that doesn't bleed into the session, right? At the end of the day, we could see this end up continuing down, and that's why I also have a plan. I think the biggest gamble such risk is not taking any risks. Yeah, of course. That is a huge one, man. That's huge. Super important. So if I play roulette with a strategy, it's not gambling. It is, because you can't win roulette. Even a strategy on roulette is still 50-50 max. No, it's not even 50-50. There's no way. You're throwing a ball into a thing and seeing if it hits. The only strategy you can have is a risk management strategy. So no. Is my mentorship package for free? No, of course it's not for free. Time is paid for, man. Time is paid. You sweep the streets, you get paid for that. Is it possible to hit 1902? Anything's possible. Is it likely? It looks bearish at the moment, gold, you know, but who knows? I'm not trying to predict, you know. For us to reach 1902, price needs to form bullish structure, you know. So before 1902, you have to look for price to close above 1898. If price closes above 1898, then you have to watch 1900. Then only once we close about 1901, you can think about 1902. Can any other backtesting softwares than Soft4FX that's cheaper? Be patient. Be patient. Something will have a solution for you guys. If you take a position randomly, yes, that's 50-50. That would be considered that. Oh, you're cooking something like a backtest program from Tradesharpe? That would be cool. I told you, be patient. Be patient. Be patient. How long do you have to? Not, you know, it takes time to develop something cool like that. I don't want to give any timelines, then people have expectations. How often do you analyze your trading journal? I don't keep a trading journal now. I keep a mental journal. What's your bias on GJ now? I mean, I wanted something just closing above here to take buys, but it closed very deep. And now we're at 1 hour resistance, right? We're at this 1 hour resistance. I don't see why this can't push to 1 hour resistance. And we'll see what happens at 1 hour resistance here. As I said, the volume push above that high, you know, it was an option, but, you know, it's not moving massive, this, guys. This is like a 3 pip move. What's a mental journal? Mental journal is just like, once I used to journal a lot, right? You can see in my video I showed you how one of my journals was. In this video here, how I became consistently profitable instead of just profitable. In this video here, I show you my journal. So I used to journal, but at some point you don't need to journal anymore because you know your exact plan. And most of the trades that go wrong, I probably don't follow the plan. Or if something happens, I'd just be like, oh, okay, I can keep a mental note of that, you know, because you're so in tune, you don't have to. And we keep the journal on stream here anyways, you know, and anything that I want to have a note of, I can just note that down somewhere, you know. Mainly, I would note that down in like the group or something. Like, if there's something interesting that I want people to see, at like a journal, I'll put it in my trade breakdowns and I'll write a detailed analysis, right, of something I want to keep note of. So this is an example of a very detailed analysis journal. But this I only put in the exclusive. So this is kind of my journal, you know, this type of stuff inside here. So whenever I have something that's interesting, that is not normal, and I want to explain it, I'll put it in here to explain. You know, and that is like the journal. Reading chat sometimes shows why many traders fail, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but the good thing is that they have these resources, right? They have these resources that hopefully can help them. But anyways. Hi, fundamentally, why is USD so weak right now? You're telling me this is weak, brother? You have to reanalyze your you have to reanalyze the way you look at USD and tell me if this is weak or something, brother. I don't think you really understand. I think maybe either you wrote that wrong or you don't understand if it's weak. It's not weak at all. Dollar is actually very strong. That's why we've seen gold push down. But the reason why why dollar is strong is because of potential interest rate hikes in the future. And the Fed came out and said, hey, it looks like we need to increase interest rates and we need to hold interest rates high for a longer time, right? So that's basically what happened. Bro, you're just copying. Yep, all right. Thank you. Very constructive copying. Maybe he's copying me. At the end of the day, price action traders will trade the same. I say this again and again and again, and it's a good thing. If you saw people doing different things, then, and I can assure you, there's a lot of differences. But if you don't want me to explain that to you, then that's up to you. I won't waste my time. Small analysis on AU. If a candle closes below 63618, based on what I'm learning from you, good chance to sell. Let's have a look. So you need to get below this 4-hour support, which is important. Yeah, it's tough, man. You're selling right into the bottom of the support now. It's not the easiest zone at the moment to sell into. You probably want pullbacks to continue down, not selling into this whole mess here. Very difficult zone to sell into. You can see the rejection already. What's GJ doing? Still moving up, GJ? Won't it be so bad if GJ just pulled back into this range for the rest of the month? Oh, good, man. Do you just use support and resistance? Yeah, and price action, right? Understanding market positioning, session bias, zones, and etc. I can't justify buying into this 1 hour resistance, but this 1 hour closes soon. Once it closes above here, this might give us options to trade to the 4 hour resistance. Only problem is, then we're stuck with 15 resistance. Tough zone. What I really need here, guys, is I need a type of pullback. If I could get a pullback, this would be perfect. London, to give me a pullback, this would be super easy. Or at least a setup 3. At least a setup 3 to continue bullish. Using volume. That would be the only way I can enter this. Any chance gold goes up? I have buys at one. Why did everyone buy 1902? How many guys, have you heard how many people buy at 1902? I don't understand. I don't understand why you guys bought at 1902 and no one had a stop loss. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you have to have a plan, guys. Don't press the button unless you have a plan where you're going to cut your trade. Please. It's super simple. It's super simple thing. Super simple. It pisses me off how simple it is. Just put a fucking stop loss, guys. Come on. It's so bad, man. It's so bad. It's basics. Harry, I'm interested in joining your paid group, but I'm blunt concerned there is just as many buttheads. Ah, no, man. How do I filter out? Well, first of all, that's why the group is closed. And second of all, anyone who comes in like that, trust me, these people don't want to pay $1, Simon. In there, you could see the chat here, man. Here, you can tell me how they are. Here's the type of conversations we have. Right? You can read through these conversations. And how I filter out is, if anyone in that group is like that, I just kick them and refund them. And if you join and you find that it's like that, remember, this is the community I built. This community is also for me. I want it to be part of a community. Do you think I want to have that in my community? No way. No way. Everyone in there can tell you, right? Everyone in there can tell you. And actually, if you're interested, then join. And if you feel like you don't like the people in there, I'll refund you. Right? Easy. Very, very easy. Plan for gold by 2, be a millionaire by 1907. Well, here's our pullback, guys. We might get the setup 2 here. This is nice. Pull it back, baby. Give me a sec, just go toilet. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Just replying to this. We're waiting for the pullback anyways. Replying to the lobster, yeah, I just told the liquidity provider that, you know, a little bit boring here. If they can pull back, create a nice little bullish candle, send us to the moon on the next candle, I would be happy with that, you know. And I told them, you know, that's exactly what I want to see, and that's what I'm waiting for here. Replying to the lobster baddies, nah, man, something else. Work. Non-trading related work. To prioritize replying to some things. That's another thing, guys. You know, whenever you have something, it's not cool to delay your reply. You're not cool delaying your reply to something, you know. Just reply as fast as you can. Get it out of the way. Reply as fast as you can. And prioritize, right? So leave stuff that need to be replied to later. Reply that for later. And prioritize your replies. And yeah, do that, you know. Remember, it sucks. I hate when I used to message people. I hate when I used to message people and then they take a day to reply. And I know they seen my message, you know. It's like, you're not that busy. Like, I used to think, oh, these guys are hyper busy. You can get time to reply to your message as long as it's a well-constructed message. And also, if you're ever messaging someone, put it in one block. Don't go line. Put it one block, straight to the point. And the worst thing you can do to someone, is to type to someone, hi, send, and wait for their reply. Also voice messages. Yeah, voice messages, because you can't read and prioritize. YouTube business. Yeah, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, 700 of us in here. Appreciate everyone joining. Only 250 likes today. Hey, we can get that up. If you guys can get the likes to around 400, would greatly appreciate that. Hopefully we get these GJ buys here and it sends us to the moon, right? Hopefully we get sent to the moon with these GJ buys. And yeah, let's see what happens. Potential setup number 3. Now, let me explain this setup number 3. Since we have a deep liquidity grab here towards the downside, even though we're at 1 hour resistance, we've tapped it. So if we re-break this zone, this would allow us to give us the volume to break through and continue up, right? Very similar to, this was a couple of weeks back when we had a similar setup. We took the trade somewhere. We luckily got an entry from here to up till here, but then we allowed it to break through and we got extra move here. So we could utilize volume to push through this 1 hour resistance since it's already been tapped. A little bit more of an advanced concept, but what we're relying on is we're relying on the structure formed before, and we're just relying on this bullish pressure to continue. That's basically how that would work, right? Because we do have until here. Obviously, if we start rejecting above anywhere of these zones here, we'll just close the trade. But this structure form now is very, very useful because it gives us a point to manage. Appreciate you doing this, especially who can't afford mentorship. All good, man. Appreciate you guys showing up as always. Pleasure to have you. We're at 26.9k subscribers. Appreciate everyone showing up, being part of the YouTube family. It's a pleasure having you, and I hope you guys benefit. It works both ways, you know. So I'm really, I really hope that you guys do benefit from the channel. I put a lot of effort to make sure that I give as much value as possible. So yeah. Hopefully it does. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so you can be notified when I go live and notified when I drop my content. Guys, I'm dropping gems. I'm dropping content that people charge in courses. Everyone who subscribes to my channel knows that. And it's because at the end of the day, people should not be selling all their information. They should be selling implementation. And that's exactly the difference here. So, of course, some information has to be sold. But the majority should be for free, because that's how you're going to prove to people that something works, you know. How come you're wearing earphones listening to music? I'm wearing earphones because we have stream music. I have whatever noise is going on. When is spots opening? Spots are opening in 1 day, 21 hours. Right, the 29th. The reason I'm opening 29th is so you can be in before the end of the month, because on Sunday we have our webinar. So I want all the new people to be able to join for the webinar. But I will limit only 10 spots for the first day in case many people want to join, so that it's not crazy. And then we have the whole weekend to manage those spots so everyone's not lost, and then everyone can be catered to, right? We want everyone to be catered to. I don't want anyone coming in there and being lost. At the end of the day, I want everyone to be well taken care of, right? That's always my goal. Yeah, we'll see Goldinium. And I want to know everyone who's coming in. Need a spot? Well, yeah, the timer is there. As soon as that time is done, spots will go live, so you can secure your spot, no issues. I'm sure you guys will get a spot. How much in right now in Zoom? There's about 60 of us. So nice team here. MashaAllah, it's good. Have you ever read Trading in the Zone? No, I have not read Trading in the Zone. Right, now we want GJ to chill a little bit so that we can get the setup 3 in the next 3 minutes here. Waiting for 9 more? Yeah. $30 MR? What do you mean 30 MR? Oh, 30 min resistance, you mean? Oh, yeah. Can we anticipate? Yeah, with volume, we can anticipate. That's the idea, especially after this deep liquidity grab here. That's what we would anticipate. But it's more of a risky shot because, of course, we need volume. It's a risky shot because we need volume, but, you know, we could try it. I have a question related to support and resistance. Let's say it taps support and gives a rejection, but then it came back to it again. Will you consider that as a valid support or not valid? If it comes back to it again, as long as it's still respecting it, it is valid. So why is fundamentally USD being so weak? USD is not weak, brother. Come on, it's strong. I told you. I just explained why it's strong. No, news will not change that overnight. This is due to interest rates. This is due to this is due to much bigger things. This is due to the economy. Interest rates are going to be going higher than people expect. All of these things are causing USD to be strong, right? Because inflation not going down causes USD to be strong. Why the volume so crap these days? It is pretty crap. GJ's been pretty crap this week. Not the best moves on GJ this week. It has been pretty crap, but the reason why is because end of quarter mostly. End of quarter, and sometimes we're going to go through these phases. You know, we're going to have phases of times where prices just range, and this is the reality of trading, guys. This is the reality. you know. So at the end of the day, you know, it's just something we have to wait for, right? We have to wait for our move. The main thing is you're not losing. A lot of people are losing in this range. A lot of people are giving a lot of money back to the markets here. A lot of people are giving a lot of money back to the markets here. And it's going to be like this. You know, this is the difference between trading one pair. And also, we're only streaming London session, right? We're not streaming New York. There's moves that happen in New York. So at the end of the day, it might seem slow for you guys because you're only watching London. But there's trades that we've got during New York, you know. But when the trades come, we'll be back at it, and you know, we'll be taking plenty of positions. But I'm not going to take a position. This is the question, right? If I just sit here and force random risky positions, everyone's going to be excited on stream because we're taking trades. If you get excited on stream taking trades, but we lose more, so what do you rather do? You rather take more trades but lose more often but have more trades, or you rather take less trades with higher win rate? I rather take less trades, higher win rate, and risk more on those trades. Because one trade this week, with good confidence, I can risk my normal amount and make a decent income, and that will be fine. This is how you build a balance long term, right? Because I can guarantee most people are losing in these markets. Most people are losing in these markets. Not in these markets, in GJ price action. The way GJ has been moving has not been the best, but I account in my year, since I trade on one pair, I account for this. I know that there might be 1 week I don't take one trade. There might be 2 weeks that there's no trade. It's highly unlikely, but if that happens, I'm not financially stuck, right? Because I'm making sure to secure profits, and I'm making sure when there's a trade, I take it so I can maximize it. But at the end of the day, when that happens and there's like no trades for a week, then I'm pushing pressure on gold, and I'm trading more aggressively NY session, right? So if I see that, okay, GJ has not been moving hard, I'm gonna go and push a bit of pressure on gold and try to aggressively trade that. Not aggressively, but put more focus on trading that. But you guys don't see that because you're only watching the London session stream, right? So that's how it works. How can I sign up for the private Discord? It will be done on the website. All information is here. Release date is here. You can see you can't sign up now. Spots are closed. Only when spots are open, you guys can join. I learned a lot from your live streams, sharing videos. Deeply appreciate sharing experience and values. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate your support, brother. Do you discuss trades after stream for the even NY session? Yeah, exactly. A lot of trades. Last week there was only one trade on stream, and all the other trades were in the group, right? You can see the trades that they take in the group here. Look at this. We have a sheet, so no one does this, but check this out. This is something super, super cool. Why is it not loading? It will load soon. Give it a second. Refresh it. So something super, super cool here is we have a journal. Wow, the journal, what? This journal broke? Who ruined the journal, guys? Someone deleted everything in the journal. Wow. Who ruined the journal, guys? Yeah, someone ruined the journal. Put their position and deleted everything. I have to check for the backups. Alright, here's the backup. Here's the backup. I'm gonna make a copy of this version here. Yeah. Just make a copy to have that. GJ about to break the highs here. Very interesting. We have 5-minute close in 1 minute here. I want to wait for the 5-minute closing above. If the 5-minute can close above, then I'm probably going to take a position on that close. We'll speak about the journal later. So let's see. If this 5-minute closes above, I'll be interested. If it doesn't, then maybe at the break of the high of the next. I would prefer, but you know, I could use volume here, to be honest, you know. Right next to London Open. Let's see. But closing above would give me so much more confidence. So much. Let's see. 36 seconds here. Nothing closing above yet. Yeah, we need to wait. Anyways, this is the stream journal. You can see they have 89% win rate here. And these are all the trades taken. Look, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York. All New York here. So you can see a lot of trades taken in New York. So yeah. Well done for people who ruined the... Alright, this is not a bad close here actually. We close decently strong. 5 minutes making a bottom wick here. If this can flip and break the high by a few pips here, I think this could be worth a shot here. Breaking the high. Of course, this is more aggressive without having an LTA, but I do think it makes sense. You know, especially after this bottom wick, this is what I like. So yeah, now that we made this nice bottom wick, that's what gives me the confidence to go break off high. So yeah, let's see. Stop loss, I'll put below the 15-minute candle here. So it will be around a 14 pip stop loss. I think if we buy above 220, what do you think? It's not the clearest? No, it's not the clearest, but I'm relying on volume to push through these zones here. And if this candle just ends up failing here, then it will fail, right? But I'm relying on volume to get me through this zone. Relying on the 30-minute to flip, push up at least into 200s. And then at 200s, I can make a decision. And I'll go aggressive to break even at 200s. Four hours still looks bearish, yes, but sells will not make sense until we at least get back in the range. So as long as we remain above this range, buys can make sense here. Buy stop, I assume. I'm gonna market execute, but you can have a buy stop. But yeah, basically break of this high. Up to you. I don't want to be triggered by spread, that's why. So we would rely on London Open to continue this move bullish here. That's really how this will work. It's an interesting position. This is definitely more complicated, and we really are relying on this structure and volume to push us. I'd say the probabilities are not as good as a normal position, that's for sure, but yeah. It's the only option I see, and I'm willing to take it. Yeah, previous minute 15 stop loss. Back inside the range. I'm gonna put mine at like 181.90, something like that. You don't have to trade? No, but the option makes sense. It's an option today. I do think if this does play out, it will play out nicely. But it's just riskier than normal options. But we can't have perfect conditions every single day. Obviously, normal options are going to have higher risk of playing out. But this is not bad enough for me not to take the position. It's just how it is, you know. At the end of the day, my job is to take risk. And I'm not going to sit here and miss a position because I'm scared of losing, right? I don't want to miss out on a position because I'm scared of losing. That's not our goal here, right? For me, everything is accounted. Even if I lose this trade, doesn't make a difference for me. And this is the difference. I'm trading for me here. I'm not trading for you guys. I'm trading for me. So everything is in your decision. If you don't want to take a riskier trade, then don't take the trade. Very simple, right? But at the end of the day, I'm happy to take this risk. Five-minute candle closed here. How did it close? Yeah, this bullish keeps grabbing liquidity from the bottom of the range here. I still think if we can break this high, we can get a nice move. Problem is we need to drive pretty hard, right? We need a pretty deep move here to get something decent, right? We need to, here's 8 pips, so we really need to get to the top of the range, and that's where TP will be hit, right? So probably break even somewhere around 300s. All right, trying now. It's trying. I think it could possibly range to 0.6 if volume comes in. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to 360 here would be my max goal here. Just try to get inside this range, back outside of it. That would be nice. Last 5 minutes, last 3 minutes till the hourly closes. So if there's 1 minute before the hourly closes, I'm gonna wait for it. Like 1 minute 30 seconds before the hour closes, I'm just gonna wait for it. No point of forcing a position before the hour opens. We don't want to be caught in a fat hourly pullback. But if we can get in slightly before, oh, here we go. It's trying now. Didn't tap me in yet. Okay, I can drink water now. Never broke the line, never broke it on my broker as well. Have to wait for the break of that line. I'm marketing, executing when it breaks the high. So it didn't break the high. It came to the high, but never broke it. You can see this, look. This is what you guys have to watch, right? Never broke the highs here. Let's have a look. If you have a mouse here, right? You bring the drawing tools, never broke the high. Directly tapped it. You have to wait for price to break the high to take the entry. Never broke the high, so you don't enter, right? Only when it breaks the high, it would be your entry. So now probably we're waiting for the 1 hour close. So let's see, 15-minute closing bearish here, 30-minute also closing bearish. Same position though on the 30-minute. We have potential 1 hour when it breaks the high potentially, but now it's closing a little bit Closing a little bit deep. So yeah, 1 hour closed here. 15 closing bearish here. 1 hour leaving a long rejection wick to the upside. 30-minute close deeper than I want for setup number 3 here. So I probably need a 5-minute candle closing above this range for this trade to make sense. So I'm probably gonna wait. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Probably gonna wait for a 5-minute candle, probably closing above the range here. Yes, exactly. Spread is not fixed. That's why I mark it. Oh yeah, broke on yours. That's bad liquidity in my opinion. Still bearish on the daily, yes, but I don't see sells till we're at least back on into the range here, right? This could, as long as we respect the top of the range, buys can still make sense here. I do have a selling option, but I basically need something 30-minute closing back inside the range for sells to make sense. Because now you're trying to fight this 1 hour bullish close, you know? Best way to fight this close is to have a 30-minute candle closing back in the range. Then potential sells could make sense post-London. You know? So anything back inside this range is where my selling option is. And sells are still in the cards, 100%. We're mixed session. But if we were going to break up above these highs, right? That's where it makes sense. Bad liquidity meaning the broker cheating me or something else? More if it broke by a pip of the high, then yes. That you shouldn't, as I said, give it a room pip above the high. Your pip is going to be different than where my pip is above the high. But if it just did how it did it on TradingView here, you can see that's not even a pip. This is 0.1 pip above the high. You need a pip above the high. So you're looking at entering around 235 all the way up here. Right? That's the meaning of a pip above the high. Can you give an example when you take a trade against the trend and wait for more support and resistance? I wonder if we have an available example. Wanda manipulating candles? No, Wanda. I mean, yeah. Come on, lobsters. Yeah, if this can flip and still get above that zone, we should be able to continue up. Nearly hitting. Well, the difference is that I'm not in the trade, right? So the probabilities, you have to, again, I told you, 1 pip above the high. So I mean, if I ever get triggered where, see, okay, let me explain it this way. If I've ever been triggered where I didn't want to be triggered, I just immediately press X. If let's say I get triggered and then it rejects and it's like, oh, it didn't break my high, but I got triggered because of spread, I just close the trade straight away, because, and then what, I'll lose like 1-2 pips, you know, what can I do about that? It's something. That's why I just like to market execute. Lobsters? Yeah, if DJ keeps moving like this, there's no lobsters. Don't know about you, but I'm hungry for a lobster. Well, yeah, if this creates support here, hopefully we can eat some lobsters. Gold still respecting support, yeah. Yeah, close above here could be an option for upside, but did the 1 hour close bullish? Oh yeah, it did. 5-minute created structure. Yeah, this would be the classic what we looked in our back testing. Breaking that 5-minute high. Is it worth it? 18 pips. 27. It'll be interesting to watch that. Right, nice. GJ breaking below this zone now. Five-minute candle, potential opportunity. Unless it just rips. We shall see. You should do a vlog trading GBP in England, Britain and Japan. That's an expensive vlog. Fly to GJ, you know, fly to England just to trade GJ. Yeah, a bit of a dump here. You guys should be in no trade, no? Nice short played out. Nice. Got to go? Thanks, man. I'll go. I answered that question. You didn't hear the reply to that question? You guys should not be holding longs. If you guys have taken longs for some reason, should not be holding it. Right? You should have a stop loss in place anyways. What was your question, Eyes? Oh, you ever down to give a quick thoughts on another pair? I'm long on AUD USD. Want to see? Okay, yeah, sure, man. That's fine. You asked nicely. I'll have a look. I mean, we're at this major support, which I discussed earlier. So I do understand, but there's a lot of bearish momentum. Is it ready to go up right now? I'm not sure if it's ready. What I would prefer to see is some sort of change of structure. So price come down and then something close above the resistance. That will give you more confidence for longs. Just longing because we reach support is very tough. Sell setup. Let's see what ends up happening here on GJ. 4 minutes for this 15 to close. A little bit of a messy range though, I have to say. GG up to the same BS? Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's been super messy. Much look, appreciate the outlook, bro. No worries. Wasn't the 15-minute resistance in Gulf Caton given enough information about price going down? Not that it stayed outside the range, right? Since it stayed outside the range, it's not enough. Right? Especially this 15-minute candle with the long rejection, right? The minimum you can argue is this breaking the low of the 30, but still, remember you're respecting the top of the range. You can see price. This rejection could have happened at the top of the range here, right? You don't want to be too quick to sell it. What do I think of QOQ? I don't know what QOQ is. Quarter on quarter, you mean? Are you in buy or sells on GG? I'm in nothing, guys. I showed you I'm in nothing. I'm not in buys. I'm not in sells. I'm in nothing. No buys, no sells. GJ quarter on quarter changes year to year, but definitely quarter four slightly slower. We saw last year quarter four actually was pretty good, to be honest. So we'll see. Down 7k on a 200k funded seems big, but only 4% drawdown overall. Should place we learn and move on? Yeah, that's nothing. You can make that back in a couple of trades. Focus on the next trade. Realize that your trade was triggered due to something outside your control. And whenever you get triggered into a trade that you're not supposed to be triggered into, immediately close. Right? Like, let's say, this is the difference. Let's say I planned this trade and my friend was taking it with me and he's the one who probably had the plan for the trade, right? And if he didn't get triggered, I'm just going to close immediately because it's not part of the plan. If I say, yeah, a break means to break the area. Yeah, wick. A close, if I say close, I will say directly, I will talk about a close. All right, 15-minute closing back in the range here, leaving a long wick. 5-minute. I wonder if I could take a thunderstorm towards the downside to fill the bottom of the range. With stop loss above the high here. Let's see how this populates. It's a messy range though, I'm not sure about it. Not sure how I feel about taking... Maybe a close below here would be better than just breaking the low. Because I'm not sure how I feel about selling into this 15-minute support right here that we've seen rejection of. It's tough, guys. It's a tough spot. It's definitely a tough spot. Very messy range. No way. I hope home ENT is lying. Remember, guys, when I joke about opening a buy and a sell and see whichever one goes into profit? Look at this ENT. Hello, sir. Buy or sell? Yesterday, I opened one buy and one sell, like you said. I'm still on drawdown on both. I really hope he's joking. You better be joking, ENT. That's stupid. If you follow that advice, that's a little bit silly, man. That's very silly. Maybe I have to stop, right? If people are gonna take me seriously, I have to stop. Yeah, he's joke. How are you in loss on both? Is it possible to go in loss on both? No, it's not possible to go in loss on both. Yeah, it's not. So now we're flipping here. Very tempted to give it a try. Break of the low here. Don't know how much I trust this though. Yeah, it looks interesting. Let's see the reaction now. Breaking the low. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna touch this range, guys. I don't want to give back profits end of month. Ugh, it's a really tough decision. Just don't trust it, but it makes sense, man. But GJ's really been clapping everyone. Really been clapping everyone, GJ. We have NY. That is true, man. That is true. Yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust this move, guys. I don't trust. I'd rather watch it play out in front of me than be involved. I really don't trust it. How many trades you taking in a week usually? Last week I took 3 trades. This week I've only taken 1. So very slow week. But we've been in a very terrible range on GJ. So usually I would say average trades I take per week is around, probably would average to around 4. 4 trades a week average. You'd be surprised how many people take you seriously. Remember but after I say that, I always say I'm joking. So obviously I don't think it's true. Because I always say I'm joking. London session or NY? Yeah, I mean, sometimes we'll get slower London sessions. I mean, it's not doing anything, guys. You know, this is just nothing outside of your control. Even gold, I'm waiting for gold. Gold is not doing anything. Gold is also ranging. So, you know, there's nothing I can take. Both of my pairs are not doing anything, and that's fine. That's my point. And the biggest mistake people make is that now they go and force positions. They go and force positions now. Right? And then what ends up happening is they end up in a massive loss. They end up in a massive loss. Because what they do is that they think they have to make money and they try to take a position instead. You remember, guys, part of trading is you can take a loss. Just because the market conditions are good, you're better off not trading than trying to trade, right? And take a loss, because if you take a loss, you're in a worse position than you was yesterday. So no need to force it, especially when market conditions are moving like this. Yes, lol, Ashy. Chat, I didn't follow any of your directions, but I blame you. I can't even copy. Yeah, that's facts. Damn you, GJ. Yeah, damn GJ. GJ's being a little bit slow. The only option I can see now, guys, is if we get something like this. This is the only thing I'm waiting for now. And if this doesn't happen, I'm going to call stream. Is if we get a 15-minute closing like this back outside the range to come back and retest the highs and continue. That's the only thing I see. Yeah, that's the only thing I see. And if it just does it now, all at one go, then this is very, very, very stupid. You know, this is really choppy price action. Even 5 minutes, we have to wait 3 minutes for this 5 minute to close. So we have to at least wait 3 minutes here before anything. Need to wait 3 minutes. If this just pushes up, then the same buy idea above the high still can play out here. This will be a bottom wick of the 1 hour. 1 hour can end up going bullish. But let's see. Let's see. Be back in 1 second before this close. All right, 5 minute closing here in 1 minute. I think 5 minute might be too aggressive, too early with the volume we've been seeing in the market. You know. Yeah, 5 might be too risky with the volume we've been seeing to try get back up to here. I don't want this pushing 2-3 pips and then closing bearish. So I'm gonna wait for a safer position, not the first immediate position. That will be a lot better. Yeah, journal seems to be fixed now. Thank you for ruining it, whoever ruined it. Waiting on 30? No, waiting on 15. We'll see how this 15 closes here. Not looking the most convincing at the moment. 4 minutes and then we'll see. 4 minutes, then I make a decision. Gold is even ranging, guys. Gold is even ranging. Look. There's nothing. There's nothing. I don't even want to wait 3 minutes here. I feel like I'm wasting my time waiting 3 minutes. GJ, a whole basket of crabs? Fact. Facts, facts, facts. It is. It's super slow. You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna call it here. This is really low volume. This is low volume. Even if this plays out, I don't even like it. I don't care if this goes to the bottom of the range. This closes above. Even if this closes above, I don't think I'm liking it here. It's just moving super slow. Like, if we get in a position here, you're holding the position for a couple of hours maybe. You know, 30-minute will end up closing bearish as well. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. I don't want to risk the money on something that's like this, because we'll be taking a 15-minute closing bullish, but the 30-minute will close bearish, and you're fighting against the 30-minute, and it will take its time. If some random volume comes in, screw GJ. You know, it can, you know, that's fine. We can all cry about that, but I mean, the plan would be, if this 15-minute close strong bullish, break of the high to get back up to the top of the range would be it. But we have New York session today. I'm going to be trading New York session for all my guys in Zoom. We do have our New York live stream, so we will be doing that. But guys, let's not waste any money in this range. Let's protect our accounts and make a good decision to just take a step back so we can take 2 steps forward here and make sure that we protect our capital. But I think this is the best thing to do. And yeah, send the crab, hashtag STC, send the crab. And yeah, crabs in the chat. I appreciate everyone sticking around. I really did try, guys. I gave it as much time as possible for a position to come. I streamed like almost 30 minutes longer than usual just to try get it. But, you know, we'll be back at it as soon as this market start moving. It is how it is. And, yeah, we'll be back at it. So, with that being said, guys, thank you everyone for showing up. I love the crabs in the chat. And, yeah, really do appreciate everyone showing up. And hope to see you soon. Hopefully we get moves, and hopefully we get GJ pushing out this range. So with that being said, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys soon. Peace.